Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a podcast Orange. I am your host, Tom Crescenzo, and joining me always is my co-host, Candace Owens. How's it going, Candace Owens?
You know who we have here today? Guess who?
Who?
The love expert herself, Miss Brandon LaCarrubba.
Yes, Miss Brandon LaCarrubba is joining us for Valentine's Day.
Whenever
my
I
co-host.
think of the best, what's it called? The person who embodies romance, or who is like the absolute love guru, I think of Brandon LaCarrubba. He's got that mojo, you know what I mean? He's got that it that the ladies like.
I've never seen. What a brilliant way to introduce him. This is why I have you as my co-host, Candace. Honestly, for a black lady, you're pretty smart.
She's hitting on.
Okay. I am kidding.
I have no idea what's going on.
I'm kidding. Candace Owens is way smarter than Jack. Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
Do I have to fuck Jack?
Maybe.
Yeah, you do. That was going to come later, though.
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day from a podcast Orange. We are here with the love guru, Brandon LaCarrubba. How are you doing, Brandon?
The Mike Myers of fucking...
the
love guru.
The fucking Norman Bates of love.
You ever see that movie, The Love Guru, with Mike Myers?
I wanted to, and I never did.
It's terrible. It was awful. I wanted to see it too because I love fucking Austin Powers and Wayne's World. It's like a horrible. It wasn't funny at all.
See, I would have seen that movie, but I'm smart enough to watch a trailer and be like, "That looks like shit," and not see it.
The whole movie ends with like two elephants having sex in a hockey rink.
That's pretty hot.
In the middle of the
yeah, that sounds good to me.
That's the joke. Yeah.
I
jerk off to that all the time.
that sounds really hot, actually.
Some pachyderm.
I think I watched that movie earlier.
That sounds so... Honestly, that fills my heart with love on this Valentine's Day. So yeah, Brandon, as the love guru...
What did you do for your girlfriend
Yeah, what did you do for your girlfriend on Valentine's Day? Or your fiance? Yes.
Your wife.
Well, I started by allowing her to get down from the sex swing. There's a bunch of locks.
I started by allowing her a new freedom.
I have the key. I have the key to the locks on the sex swing, so it is my responsibility, and she trusts me with that responsibility to know when she needs to get down, and to start her day. Can you imagine?
Can I imagine? As if it's not reality.
We went to like our favorite breakfast place and ordered our usual breakfast.
Brunch.
But it was cute.
What is your favorite breakfast place?
Oh man, I don't know if I could blow up this spot, yo. Like it's kind of perfect the way it is.
This is kind of like an advertisement. We'll promise not to make it.
This
episode.
So Greenlawn Family Restaurant in Greenlawn, New York,
place.
is a silly joint, and I hope the owners don't hear this because I love their establishment. So they're great for breakfast, and I've heard such horror stories about dinner. I wouldn't go there for dinner.
Never go there for dinner.
But they just have such a good standard Americana breakfast. It's not trying to do crazy shit. But then their hollandaise sauce is off the fucking chain. Like you can go there and order something that does not get hollandaise on, and you should get it because it's the best goddamn hollandaise in the state of New York.
If you're going to Greenlawn Family Restaurant for dinner, that means you're poor. And as we all know, poor people are gross.
It also means you're poor
Jack's
and elderly.
Yeah, so Jack's literally like, so I go every other night, for dinner.
Poor and elderly.
You poor
it's sandwiched between two retirement communities, but it's always full of like old people.
Yeah, at 5
and
o'clock.
townies.
We gotta get the early bird, even though there is no. There's probably an early bird.
They just have regular specials like any restaurant, Jack. You son of a bitch.
So this is where you took your girl for your Valentine's breakfast.
You took me to like a place filled with senior citizens.
Yeah,
it was the first place that we ever went out to eat, and then it was we just love going there because the breakfast is so damn good.
What'd you get for breakfast?
Just like eggs and sausage.
Did you hide the ring in her orange juice?
No,
No, but I did hide a new vibrator as a gift.
I hid it in the toilet in the female restroom. So she found it when she went to take a dump. No, it was just like, we had our first date there, and they just make good fucking breakfast, and it's a party, man. Like, you gotta find a good Eggman,
Yeah, true. It's always essential to find a place that knows how to actually make eggs and not make them taste like rubber shit.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to come by these days.
Dude,
yeah.
Honestly, most diners, I would never get an omelet. Some people get an omelet at the diner. I'm like, ugh.
I got a horror story to tell you. When I got really baked with a few friends once, and we went to this diner for dinner, and I was so high that I ordered a steak at this diner. And if you ever get a steak at a diner,
yeah, it's like ordering a belt.
That speaking of like rubber, that really does taste like it's like they barely put that shit on there for any amount of time. Yeah, don't get a steak.
Dude, 10% of diners make all their shit fucking amazing, and then 90% are just like,
fucking.
I mean, you gotta remember that diners are basically just like, it's like fast food that's disguised as not fast food, because all their shit is really just like, you know, if you go to like anybody who works at like a real deli,
it's better than fast food.
It's better than McDonald's, but it's not much better. You know what I mean? Like it's very unhealthy.
It's actual real food though.
Kind of like I've talked to.
That's what they're trying to sell you, Jack.
Yeah, they're
trying to sell you on that shit.
It's as real as like anything you would make in your own home.
Well, yeah,
drinking the Kool-Aid of diners.
You talk to anybody who works.
What's going on at diners?
You talk to anybody who works at a real deli, they say, "Yeah, I would never get a Reuben at a diner. I'd never get pastrami at a diner. It's all shit that they get. You want to get the real shit that we get because we actually import it. Our shit's not like processed in American factories and shit.
It's Greek Jews trying not to cook Greek food.
Exactly.
They're like, we'll make anything else. It's oh god. But then you hit a diner that slaps, and you're like, I wish this was all diners.
See, it's not that they're bad. Like it tastes good.
A lot of them are bad.
Like, it's just like it's low tier. But that's what makes that's what makes them so New York. If you go to Florida, it's funny. Like, I was in Florida, and I was with some friends in college. I was like, hey, you guys want to go to the diner? They're like, what? And I'm like,
the black women
like, the diner. They're like, what are you talking about?
What can I get you, sugar?
They're like, do you mean Waffle House? I'm like, no. I'm like, I mean the diner. They're like, oh, Denny's. I'm like, no, a fucking diner. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, they have Waffle House, which is kind of the same. Waffle House is more for, like,
Waffle
drug
House is
deals.
Yeah,
they don't have... Waffle House is more for people to, like, sell Coke at 2 a.m.
Well, yeah, Waffle House is not so much a restaurant as much as it's like a corner for prostitutes.
It's just a place. It's a sketchy.
But the point is, diners are like at least diners as we know them. It's like quintessentially like a northeastern thing. Like
not necessarily though. If you go to California, like
California, but
LA has like a
LA has famous diners.
Anywhere where there's like a lot of anywhere where there's really cities.
But then you go to the South and they're nowhere to be found. Like you can't find them in like Florida. You can't, and there's cities in Florida. You can't find them.
You don't think there's any diners in Miami? I feel like any place there's a city, there's a lot of diners.
Yeah, but dude, you forget that it's in Florida, and these people don't even know the portion of the vocabulary that has the word diner in it. Like,
dude, there's definitely like diners.
But Florida kind of objectively sucks, so it's like,
yes.
So it's like maybe we just don't count them. Maybe that's how you count places, is if they have diners. You don't count them as being part of the rest of everywhere.
How many diners per capita does
that's how we decide how
zip
many
code have?
That's how we
Florida's like 0. All right, chop it off.
That's how we decide how many congressmen we should.
That's how we decide who has to go on the trains.
How many fucking diners we have per.
Political Jack. He sneaks into podcasts.
Jack with
I'm sorry, you guys fucked me up before getting me on this show, so.
That was like a political thing that was just rolling with the fucking bit you're doing.
You guys are both fucked up. I'm fine.
Yeah, you guys wrecked me before
coming. You guys are fucked up.
But we were talking, let's try to,
No, you guys are fucked up.
No, you're fucked up.
You're fucked up.
You're fucked up.
I'm sober,
I'll admit it, you pansies.
Yeah, fuck it. This is Valentine's Day, and we are 3 dudes. At least you have a fiancé, but we are 2 single men hanging out.
How does your fiancé
on Valentine's Day?
How does your fiancé feel about the fact that you're spending time with us on Valentine's Day right now instead of serenading her?
Good question, actually.
And I'd be pretty pissed off.
All right, you piece of shit. I serenaded that woman all day, and she is actually. Oh my god! So this is gonna be crazy.
She's at home by herself, being like, "Where the fuck is Brandon?"
Yeah, she's like, "I guess
I might alarm you guys.
on Valentine's Day."
So if you're not sitting, please sit. She has had a sore throat today.
Oh.
But it is so obviously not COVID.
Okay.
That but I just wanted to shit your guys' pants there for a second.
No, that's all right. I feel fine.
Besides, there's like
oh shit! Oh, what
plenty
was that?
Of other there's plenty of other holes.
What you trying to say, Jack?
Jack. Jesus, man. Is there no decorum? Is there no decency on this podcast?
Oh, come on. We just break your balls here.
Yeah, she's not feeling good. She's trying to rest. I gave her an Advil PM. Things are fine.
Yes. That's like Fred for saying I gave her a fucking... I was going to say Ritalin, but that's not the right drug.
Are you trying to accuse me of Cosbying my fiance?
Yes, I was. But I know you don't have any Quaaludes.
Well, I'm glad you decided to come out and hang out with us.
Yes, I'm glad you decided to join us for this Valentine's Day special.
Hey, Macarena.
Yeah, we were talking about this before. It's like, how do you feel, like, do you enjoy Valentine's? Like, obviously, yes, you enjoy Valentine's Day more being in a relationship, right? But, like, how do you feel about the drawbacks? Because, I was just thinking about when I was in a relationship during, Valentine's Day back when I was in college. And, like, it's fun, but, like, there's pressure to, like, not just buy a gift, but buy, like, a special gift that kind of, like, matches, like, the vibe of Valentine's Day. And you can't just, like, take her out. You kind of have to make, like, a presentation out of it, How do you feel about that? Like being,
it feels like I'm talking to a single guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You fucker.
I mean, you are, yeah.
So she got me a card and like a metaphorical gift, and then I just hung out with her all day and watched like cute anime that I usually don't watch.
Gift? Like
why you gotta ask questions, motherfucker?
What is it?
What is a metaphorical?
What are you, my dad? Get the fuck out of here!
My gift is this friendship that we've had for the past. My gift is the generosity of spirit.
My gift is the symbolism of.
Is all the love of our.
My gift is a plant that symbolizes the growth of our lives together. No, it's fine. You don't have to
sexual favors. No, she's paying for like a trip. Like I can basically choose to go anywhere, and she's like, "I'll pay for that."
Oh, well, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's actually a great gift.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to Antarctica and bankrupt a motherfucker.
I was thinking, fucking, let's go Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Let's do it.
You would.
Yeah. I was like, I want to go to a place where I can.
You.
I was like, I want to go to a place where I fit in with my surroundings.
I'm sensing a little animosity with Brandon. Right
This is what happens when I get crossbaited.
You guys both look high as dicks. Like, primarily you. You're just.
You look pretty high. Well, yeah. We're all pretty stoned.
We're all stoned. But I mean, you
shouldn't be saying this on the podcast. Actually, fuck it.
It's not like it's like not only are we stoned, but we also are currently in possession of a felony amount of heroin and crystal. Like we're stoned. We're just smoking weed. Like
Jack, we're all actors. I'm wearing a tuxedo. What are you talking? Like this
this is a production. This is all these lines are written. This whole thing has been written. Like we should get an Oscar for how natural this is. Yeah. Hey. No, but the point is, it's just weed. You know what I mean? Like, fun.
True.
I'm derailing this show. Get your fucking podcast on a service and put it on. I'm bullying you guys on your own show.
Oh, yeah. Is that
I'm
it?
officially bullying you guys on your own show.
Yeah.
This is a YouTube.
Okay,
this is a web
Mom.
series. This is a web series.
I'll get to it, Mom.
So if you guys want this to actually be a podcast, fucking put it up. I'm going to bully you.
All right, well, then you have to...
until it happens.
Well, you're fucking gatekeeper right now.
I'm going to bully you. I want you to do it!
You're going to gatekeep podcasting by saying that anyone that's not on a platform isn't a legitimate podcast.
Yeah, who's going to say?
Argument. And what are you basing this argument on? It's not even real.
I want to go on Spotify and download the episode. So if I have no internet, I can listen
YouTube is where the best podcasts are.
You're right.
All right, here's the thing. I'll concede that we do need to get on Spotify, absolutely. But I agree with Jack. Just because our podcast is not on Spotify doesn't mean it doesn't count as a podcast yet. It's like a protopod. It's like a pod in the making.
No, I know. I understand all of this. I just, like I said, I just decided as your friend to bully you until it happened.
No, that's fine, and I respect that. But now I want you to convince me, because Bergen says we should use Anchor. No. Why is your thing better?
So Anchor, his argument is do the free Anchor because it's free, and I say pay for Buzzsprout or one of the similar, or even pay for Anchor. But if you pay for it, you get a much better audio quality and audio file. It also gives you like unlimited storage. Like I get wanting to do the free one if you're not sure that you're going to do a show, but if you're sure you're going to do a show and you're committing to it like long term, like pay for it and get a real podcast in terms of like.
Well, we could always upgrade. Right,
but it's
conversation
once you
sucks.
I would just
no. This is business.
This is not interesting
this
at
bullshit.
all.
We can talk the business. We can talk the business. Just because we're not joking about prison rape for 10 minutes straight, like we did last episode.
All right. But just know in the future,
contract.
When I make fun of the show for not being a podcast, know that it comes from love.
No, I know, and I respect. I honestly respect the desire to try to inspire us to, get on your level.
Because it's a good show. And no, it just means more people.
I really wish we could have the officialness.
Right. I think one thing I want to do is, if we did get on Spotify, I'd almost, because, with YouTube, I would almost want to post more clips, because, I don't know, sometimes I don't know if we need to put the full episodes on YouTube.
Also, if we're on Spotify, I don't know. There's
we'll see. What do the fans think? Comment what you think. Do you like the YouTube format? Do you like the Spotify? Yeah.
Fuck both of you guys. Get a real podcast. I'm out.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
All right. Well, bye, Brad. Oh my God, the size of your ass crack that I just saw.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh my God, nasty, nasty shit. Oh, that was honestly that ocular assault on me made your bit so not worth it. Thank you for showing me your ass crack.
You're welcome. I feel like we got closer.
Yes, anybody that doesn't have a
definitely
podcast,
closer.
So I was thinking about this. I think every person on the planet has a podcast now.
Well, not everybody. Not Joe Biden.
Yes.
Yet. Joe Biden will eventually.
So listen, folks. This is our podcast today.
Well, now, so anyway, being on the radio feels great.
Imagine
Americans.
Well, back in 1985, when I passed the RICO Act, well, me and Giuliani took on the mob. And
Tom, back off! Stop fucking smelling my shoulder, you creep.
Yes, it's like, Jesus, Joe, you're getting really close. You're actually touching me. He's like, well, I know. I feel like he just always talks that way, even when he's intimate. His wife could be like, I love you, Joe. He's like, oh, I love you too, honey. You
are my fellow spouse.
I truly do think you're sweet.
Now I want to stick my penis in you. Yeah.
There's no way that Joe Biden's wife isn't holding a child over her and he fucks the child and looks at his wife.
I mean, that would be a very elaborate way for him to fuck a child.
But that's the way that he does, that she doesn't count it as cheating.
Speculation. Speculation out there. We're not saying this is officially.
Yeah, this is
official. This is from the White House, dude.
We're not saying this literally happened.
What are you talking about? I heard
We're just asking questions.
I heard from Alex Jones.
We're just asking
and
the
Paul
questions.
Joseph Watson.
We're just asking questions.
I heard from Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson, and
Gad Sod
and Gavin McInnes.
Gavin McInnes.
I was told there would be DMT here for me to try.
I was told that you're gay. Is that true?
Well, get over here.
Well, only one. Yeah, see, one of these things is true. But
Tom, put your dick away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
thought
it was like that.
I just like how we're on a podcast now, so people can just say that, and people be like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Right. It's like you can say anything. Like, Jack, stop, Jack. Could you put that gun away?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Jack, I think this is a weird time to start tying off. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. The size of that track mark. Can you even put a needle in that arm again? You're going to lose that vein, dude. Shit.
It's like nodding off during a fucking show.
And Brandon, for Christ's sakes, I've never seen somebody squeeze their nipples that hard. I mean, holy shit. It's like purpling now.
Oh, man.
Purpling
they're
now.
Purple and
nipples.
leaking.
Yeah. We can say whatever we want. Who knows what's really happening?
Nobody.
Keep going.
Except for the NSA who's watching us right now.
Jack, you can say the N-word if you want. Nobody would care.
Well, I mean, people could probably tell that we're not black. Or can they?
Yeah, sometimes you'd be surprised.
I was trying to get him destroyed.
Well,
you ruined it.
I'll tell you one thing. There is
if you're looking
guest.
for somebody to say the N-word on this podcast, you're a little too late.
Yeah, there was a guest, and I won't say who it was, but there was a guest.
It wasn't a black guest.
There was a non-black guest who said the N-word on this show once, and I did take it out.
Yeah,
I will say that. I won't say who it was, but it did happen, and they are sorry, but I took it out.
Don't say the N-word. No.
Yeah, no N-words.
One day we'll get to that.
Yeah, one day we'll get to it.
We should just go out on a Michael Richards blaze of glory. Just have a show. Just have a show one day where somebody has like a Kramer level meltdown on stage of just saying the N-word and just a bunch of racist shit. And then they get off stage, and then the next person goes off, and they also have like a. And then that's just the whole show. It's just people...
people having racist meltdowns. Like, everybody has one about a different race. Like, it's like, all right, that was Michael Richards. Up next, Jack Siegel. And then you're just like, so what's the deal with these fucking Chinese people? And then it's you bomb. And then I go up and talk about Moroccans. And then I bomb. And then Brandon goes up and talks about Persian people or something.
Guatemalan.
It's just, could you imagine like a comedy show that was literally just like...
comedy show.
The racist comedy bomb. Like that's the name of the show. It's just like it's like 5 comics, 5 bombs, all racist.
we were talking in the whole group chat about going up to Canada, how everyone's like very PC and they don't like rape jokes. So I was thinking it'd be funny if we did a tour in Canada called the Rape Joke Comedy Tour, where we go there, we just tell nothing but rape jokes.
The Rape Joke Comedy
in like Vancouver.
Why do I feel like I've heard that before?
Yo, Jack, put me on like the third one.
I feel like
I don't want to be on the first 2.
I feel like Kevin,
try it out.
I feel like that sounds like something Kevin Brennan has said. Like I feel like that's legitimately like a Kevin Brennan comedy tour. It was like the Rape Joke Comedy Tour.
A rape joke.
Yeah.
The
I don't know that guy.
You don't know who that is?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's
Is he related to Neil Brennan?
I
know who that is.
I think so vaguely. Yeah. He's known from like Compound Immediate and stuff. He's like
a lesser known.
He's alright. Like he's funny. He's kind of a strange dude.
He's like a C-list comic.
I don't even know if he's on the list, but people know who he is.
Quick, gut responses. What list comedians are you? Go.
F.
I would say G for great. The great list.
The great list.
We're on Schindler's List.
We're on Schindler's
H
List.
for the homies. H-list comedians. Homie list.
No, I would say we're on F, though.
Jack, I always thought you were on that racist comedian list that one kid made.
We had a whole episode about that.
Yeah, we did. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and if you've listened to this show, Jack's obviously the racist one.
Yes, exactly.
So,
if you listen to it by and large.
I don't know.
Why is that true?
I have no idea.
Jack's
like,
why is that 100%
I am fake
factual?
news.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying like, why are you bringing that up?
Why are you bringing it up? Why you gotta fucking
Brandon's
bring out my dirty laundry?
Because I am always sober for GPP, and it's fun to have you guys get me fucked up before doing a podcast. So I'm just gonna say shit,
dude. I was so
fucked
up.
It.
I was so fucked up. I forgot to even mention that we were welcoming you back. Welcome back. By the way.
Yeah, people don't even know who's talking right now.
Yeah, this is our first sequel guest.
Oh, it was a pleasure, gentlemen. And
we've run out of guests.
Yeah, right. So
we had 5 guests.
Now we're already recycling. No, we were
gonna do that over and over. It's like when SNL first started. They just had like Steve Martin every other episode. It's gonna be it's gonna be like Brandon and Bergen,
I mean, like we were supposed to have our good buddy Dom LaMarca this week, but he's working, so he died of COVID.
He started at a Fortune 500 company, and this is his 3rd day.
Exactly. So we will have him soon enough, but we decided to have
involved with that whole GameStop situation.
Yeah, he bought the GameStop and the Dogecoin.
He bought GameStop
now he's living in luxury.
At its lowest point. He invested $100,000. He just has like $1 billion.
He's like, listen, man, you just gotta show the hedge fund managers who's boss.
He's like meditating on top of a giant pile of money.
Yeah, that's not a good impression.
I'm
not good at impressions.
Like, I feel you, bro. The best way to connect to your spiritual self and clear your chakras, bro, is to invest wisely in high-risk stocks and make billions of dollars. Like, I could literally see him meditating on top of a giant pile of money that he made on Bitcoin. Like,
I wish I understood Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is basically money that's not money. Does that make sense?
No, like I get it on that level, but I don't like my actual feelings about it. I forget which of our friends has a bit about it, but I just don't understand it.
Well, I mean, Andrew has a bit about it.
It's got to be Andrew's bit because I feel exactly how his bit is. So I feel like I'm stealing his bit by talking about how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, it's just like it's. I mean, it doesn't like make sense to me. All I know is that it's like virtual currency that in some way is worth something.
Yeah,
that's all I know about it.
I don't know how much it's worth, like in comparison to real money.
I know it's like rare. Like if you have 1,000 Bitcoin,
real places.
If you have 1,000 Bitcoin, that's like a fucking lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
you know
that's a lot.
There's
if you have one Bitcoin, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But then there's a guy who had made like Silk Road, where he made all of his money on Bitcoin.
That was back in the
way
day,
to pay for Silk Road.
That was way back.
That was that was how people paid for drugs. It was like
and some other stuff we won't talk about.
You know, there's a movie coming out about that guy. Like about fucking.
Isn't he still in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gotta be.
He's been in jail for a long time.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like they basically like saw it as like every person who ever OD'd. If they ever bought drugs on the Silk Road, it's your fault.
Dude, he's in jail for the rest of his life. I don't know. And like once a week, a rich person tases him in the balls. Yeah, it's like you don't fuck with us, and then they get another rich person the next week.
Honestly, like what he was doing, like I mean, come on, just giving the homie hookup. Like, why is it his fault that people personally chose to use heroin?
People are gonna like buy drugs no matter what. That's the thing. So it's like might as well make a way for people to.
This is the argument that we were arguing against with Dana.
Right.
Remember?
I really need to listen to that episode.
No, that's a great one.
But the Silk Road, I would.
Well, no, I'm more just like. I mean, you can argue that drug dealers are indirectly responsible. We are taking the opposite stance. I think it's difficult. I feel like. Yeah, logically, you're probably right. It's probably kind of his fault. But still, you know, at least he gave people a safer way to get drugs than, like, meeting in a dark alley and getting stabbed. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It would be easier to get
You literally pick it up at the fucking post office.
Yeah.
It's just
and then you don't have to worry about getting robbed. You don't have to worry about, like, getting arrested. Like, you just have weed and you go home and you smoke it safely. If you're using other shit, that's gonna
And also, like, there's consequences if somebody tries to, like, fuck with the package. You could say this person, like, fuck with the package and then people won't buy from you anymore. It's creating like a capitalist system. So, specific dealers on the Silk Road, you know, would have to actually like make real shit.
Yeah, but I mean the point is, they had
accountability.
That was really the only reason Bitcoin was relevant before like the 2010s was just the Silk Road. Yeah. And now that that's gone, like people were just like, oh shit, I guess we could like just play around with this shit. Here's the craziest story I heard about Bitcoin. What were you going to say?
No, I want to hear about Bitcoin.
So the craziest story I ever heard about Bitcoin is this. My friend sent me this article the other day, literally telling me like I should make a bit about it. And I'm like, I want to because it's a hysterical fucking situation, but I don't know how to really make it into a bit because it's just funny enough on its own. Basically what happened is like this guy and his girlfriend are like virtual long distance. Mm-hmm. And so they ordered a wireless like cock ring, you know, like a cock lock ring that like locks your penis up. Like it's like a chastity lock on your dick. Like men will sometimes use it like when they play like the submissive role in sex with women.
How wide is that thing?
What?
Can you bust
no, it's small. It's supposed to like I mean, if we could have Jamie pull that article up.
That's gonna hurt like if it's right around your dick.
Well, it doesn't hurt. It's just like it's designed to keep it from getting hard. It's like imagine like a metal cage around your penis. It's like the same thing as a chastity belt but for your dick.
So like as soon as if you see tits, it gets all like tense.
Well, no, it doesn't tense up. Your dick is just in a cage, a dick-shaped cage that it can't grow past.
You know, like Tweety Bird's cage.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a dick in a cage.
But the thing, it's like really, it's just like because some men are like freaks and like, no offense, but some men like to play this sub, and no offense if you do, but some men they're like, yeah, I like the idea that a woman is locking my penis up and like won't let it out.
I say offense. That's fucking weird.
Maybe you're right.
I'll kink shame.
Brandon's just sitting there with like a straight face, like,
quit looking at my cage, bro.
No,
it's a private thing.
Let me get back. So basically, that's the thing that people like. That's the thing that people like. This guy ordered a wireless one on the internet because since him and his girl have to be virtual long distance, it's like, so it connects to the internet with this app so she can control it even when they're not together, like even when they're in different places, so that when they have virtual sex, she can control when he takes it off with her phone and shit. It's like really fucking weird and crazy.
That's fucking.
It's really weird.
See, when you started this, I thought it was going to be like a vibrating ring that she controlled. Like
no, it's like a dick.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the literal opposite.
She literally controls his dick.
Yeah, like, she controls his dick with her phone. It's wild. 2021, baby. We're in the future, and it's not pretty.
But the crazy thing is, he still cheats.
No, but yes.
Hashtag stay woke.
But here's where it gets fucking crazy. So he puts the thing on while he's on like a business trip. He gets an email from a random email that says, "Hello, I have hijacked your personal like chastity device, and the only way that I will unlock it is if you send me 1,000 Bitcoin right now." And at first he was, literally that's what he thought. Like I read the interview, he's like, at first that kind of turned me on. I thought it was my girlfriend like role playing with me. And it's like the fact that was his first thought. I feel like this guy kind of deserved this.
He was like, how much?
It's like how much Bitcoin? Holy shit! Oh, I can't even get it off.
1,000 cum coin if you let me take it off.
But then like he messages her and she's like, yeah, it's not me. And he's just like, oh shit! Like somebody has control over my dick. Like, could you imagine like that's like somebody
you have to hire like a locksmith.
Like that's literally like, imagine if I told you like if you don't give me $100,000 right now, I'll cut your penis off. That's what it's like.
If it happened to me, I would go into a Best Buy and go to the Geek Squad guys and be like, "Who wants $1,000?"
That's essentially the plot of like a really bad Keanu Reeves action movie. Like some guy controls his
in a world.
This is actually
you don't have control over your cock. This is Speed 6. Yeah.
This is John Wick 11.
It's Taken 3.
I don't know who you are, but what I know is that my dick has a ring on it.
And my dick has a lock on it. And if I can't get hard within the next 3 hours...
Dude, that's an abusive relationship.
I will find you. Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's like...
That's fucked up.
It's like the same thing. To me, it's the same thing as a cuck.
I'm talking about the having a girlfriend.
Oh, regular one?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as a cuck. Like, it's the same type of thing.
Not if you choose to do it, not if you're, like, into it.
I don't know, man. That's still weird.
There's people out there that are into anything,
psychological... Man. You have to have, like, fucking problems.
It's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard, but it's weird enough to where it does make me slightly uncomfortable.
No, man, giving up control is the whole thing. Like, that's why you see, like, CEOs and businessmen do it, because they're in control of so much shit.
Yeah, they have so much power, they just want to give control over to someone else.
They're into, like, the whole 50 Shades of Grey show where they like to tie girls up and, you know, hit them with fucking fly swatters and belts and shit. But, like... In terms of, like, being...
Well, I didn't realize I was a CEO.
Dude, there's people that fuck cars.
There are, dude. There's all kinds of weird fetishes. You really can't,
people
like...
fuck garbage.
I agree that you can't kink shame because, like...
No, you can totally kink shame.
You can kink shame.
It just makes sense that they're out there.
Well, you can kink shame... You can kink shame pedophiles, like... But you can't,
that's...
like,
listen, don't kink shame me.
Excuse me, but I have a right.
Man, what do they call a woman, like a map? A minor... Like, it's like a
female pedophile? I thought that was called an elementary school teacher.
No, there's like an official name that, like, pedophiles want to be called. It's like a map.
Oh yeah, it's
a minor...
Motherfucker appreciated...
Fuck, I'm gonna get this up here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think anything other than, like, worthless waste of life is
This is why we need a secretary to fucking pull shit up for us. Hold on.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, people be like, you know, pedophilia is a mental illness. It's like, yes, but some people just fuck kids because they're evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could probably have the mental illness of pedophilia and go to a doctor and be like, I don't know what to do. I'm attracted to kids. I believe that happens, and that probably sucks. But then some people are just, like, sick fucks, and they want to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is, like, from a movie, so I do not take credit for this statement. I just wish I could remember the name of the movie. But, like, in this movie, there was this pedophile that, like, his whole life rejected the urge to, like, actually fuck kids. And the main character was like, I actually appreciate the fuck out of that. Because, like, you were born, like, super fucked up, and you didn't do the bad thing. I wish, man. So If you're a fan of this podcast, Google this so I don't have to Google it.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this podcast, Google pedophile.
Yeah, movie.
Prevents himself from fucking child.
Yeah.
Evan Weiss home movie.
Evan Weiss the movie. No, sorry, Evan. Sorry.
Just
please,
kidding.
Please,
anyway,
Evan, we're kidding.
Maps. Okay, Map is a minor attracted person. Is what pedophiles want to be called, like an official name for.
See,
them.
though, wait, a minor attracted person or okay? Because if it's minor attractive person. If it's attractive,
that's just a hot child.
Yeah, that seems like they're saying it's a hot kid. Yeah.
I'm a minor attractive person.
Yeah, like we prefer to call them minor attractive people, not children. Okay,
they all over the map. That's...
So they're a minor, but it's like they want to have the same rights and be tolerated in society.
Well, but I mean, it's like you can't have the same. You can be tolerated, but you can't have the same rights because you want to fuck kids.
You can't fuck kids.
Cannot. Like,
you can't fuck kids.
Period. No, you can't fuck kids.
I'm glad this podcast has an official stance on this.
Well, yeah.
Kid fucking is bad.
If there's any stance, podcast Orange.
It's really good that if anybody really wants the official podcast Orange opinion on pedophilia, we got it right here, folks.
It's not good.
Check the timestamp.
Yeah, it's not good. You know what I say?
35:53. We got it.
All right.
Pedophiles are bad. Podcast Orange. You heard it.
Don't like them here at Podcast Orange.
Brandon LaCarrubba from Guilty Pleasures.
You shouldn't.
Pretty sure they don't like pedophiles either over there, right?
Yeah, we don't like.
You're an anti-pedophile podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know what I would do. What would you guys do if you had someone on, and then later you found out that they were a pedophile?
It'd be weird, man. It'd be very weird.
It's tough, man.
It'd be a weird
I'd probably
feeling.
take it down.
I mean, I would definitely take it down, but it would just be weird knowing that you were you chilled.
With a pedophile.
Like, here's the thing: most people, and to be fair, this is because our podcast is not big yet. Most people we've had on the show are our friends. So it'd be weird, like that's the thing. If it turned out to be one of you guys, it'd be weird to know that one of my buddies for years turned out to be a pet. Like that'd be so fucking weird. I wouldn't even know what to do. If it was just like I had a comedian.
I think my immediate
let's say we had like
denial.
Let's say fast forward like 10 years, our podcast is bigger. We have like an actual comedian on who we don't know, but like, you know, we have him on because he's good. And then a year later, it's like, oh, he's a pedophile. I'd rather just be like, oh shit, and like delete the episode. It wouldn't it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
I'd say I disagree there. I think we should keep the episode just because it'd be like, yo, here's the episode where we talk to this guy.
And we're just like, honestly, you're the best dude ever.
You ever
I've never had more fun on the show. Yeah.
The whole episode, he just talks about fucking kids.
Yeah, the whole episode is just... it's like when he touched their little
bodies.
It's
interesting, though, because when you have a forum like a podcast or, like, people can be more open. I watched, like, an old episode of Opie and Anthony when they had Harvey Weinstein on from, like, 2012. And it was right after, like, Silver Linings Playbook came out. And, you know, he was, like promote. Anyway, he seemed like I don't know, nothing really gave any semblance of like this guy's a serial.
Well, racist. I saw like a video of an interview with him like after.
But I'm glad I got to see that.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got to be like. So I would have wanted to like delete.
I mean, I purposefully looked up an interview just to see what he was like, just to see like did he look creepy before? Like I looked it up. He sounds
kind of gay.
Yeah, he kind of seems like a douchebag. Like I saw an interview, he's like, the thing I love about like creative people is that, and I'm like, what is this really a dude who's like a scary rape monster? Like,
no, it's interesting.
I think you're right though. I think that's why maybe it would be good to keep the podcast up because it'd be like, well, let's not like lie this. Let's not hide the history.
But then it becomes your most downloaded. Well, hopefully downloaded if we're in the future and you have a real podcast.
Hey, fuck it. If I'm making money off the downloads, I don't give a shit, man.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like your number one episode.
Well, how
like
great?
Tenfold.
Well, how great would that be? He's in jail for raping a kid. We're making the most money out of any of our episodes off his episode, and we don't even have to give him a cut.
Harvey Weinstein has a 27-year-old girlfriend right now who's like smoking hot.
And does she defend him? She's like, no, he's
What's your stipend?
How does that happen? Like, how is
he doing better than either one of us?
Yeah, right. Like that was
Harvey Weinstein.
How are we the ones with no Valentine?
Wait, I thought he died of like corona.
No, he got it, and then he lived, and he's still in jail being old and shitty.
He's like 68 years old, I think.
Well, I mean,
he got like Mandela affected hard. I feel like a lot of people think he died of COVID because he just looked like he was gonna die.
I never heard.
And then they stopped doing news about him, and then I feel like I seriously feel like it's like with Nelson Mandela. They were just like, I thought he was dead. No, he just got let out of jail. Like,
You might
no,
be
he's
right.
right there. He's just literally just been sitting
I hadn't
down.
thought
Harvey Weinstein, everybody! Hey, welcome to a podcast, Orange.
Yeah, right. He just walks in. It's
So
like, just in time. I glad he came through. He answered right away when I texted.
He's trying to make appearances.
But he went to a comedy. Remember, he actually went to a comedy club. And this girl, like, called him out when she went on stage or something and said, like, yo, what are you fucking doing here? Like, you rapist and shit. And it's interesting because Manny and I actually, like, ran into that chick, like...
You did?
Yeah, it was, like, after a Smokes and Jokes.
You guys ran a train on that chick?
Yeah, we ran a train on it. Yeah, we ran over her with a train.
And then he brought Harvey Weinstein into the room to jerk off on her.
Yes, exactly. To jerk off into a plant while we did it. No, this did not happen. That's horrifying.
She's like, this is my nightmare.
Yes.
If you jerk off like into like a plant you're trying to but
it's got to make the cell wall stronger.
I don't know if plants want protein.
I mean, how do you know what a plant wants?
Empathize with a plant, man. Try it. It's fun.
That's right. It's fun.
You should have seen the way that plant was.
But here's the thing:
though.
we ran into that chick. Like, I just remember because sorry, I have to interrupt you guys sometimes.
You interrupted a solid joke there.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that we don't leave this episode with people thinking that me and Manny raped this girl with Harvey Weinstein jerking off in the back.
It would be pretty funny if they did.
Yeah, right. People are like, honestly, that story was fucked up. But no. We ran into her.
She just has a cock being shoved down her throat while she's like tearing up.
Alright, honestly, I don't even want to. I'm glad I don't remember her name because I hope she never fucking hears this.
You can blame that one on me. That's all,
that's all your fault.
that last part was just my own little fucking.
Alright, I think I'll just leave it at Manny and I saw this.
No, come on. I want to hear this.
There really wasn't much more. Manny like pointed her out. Like he was just like, oh my god. Like I didn't know. I thought she was just some comedian. I was like, hi, my name's Tom. And then Manny's like, it's so crazy how you fucking called Harvey Weinstein out, bro.
Of course, like, Manny would say that.
And she's like, oh yeah.
What a fucking dork.
Manny, what are you doing, dude? Manny.
That's so lame.
Manny, what
that
the fuck?
He actually said that to her.
He did
oh
that.
My god.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna give him so much shit about that next time I see him.
The bus. I'm sorry.
It's not like we're talking shit about behind his back because I'm gonna.
No.
I'm gonna give him so much shit about
We're gonna be like, Manny, listen to this.
Well, he can come on the episode and defend himself.
Yeah, he has to defend that.
And then maybe one day I'll meet this chick again. I'll invite her on and she can explain how fucking creeped out she was in the moment.
And then we can run a train on her and we can have Harvey Weinstein come out.
Please stop. God. She's supposed to be a strong woman. She told off a rapist.
Wait, so Strong Woman is my favorite South Park character.
Yeah, Strong Woman.
She's really empowering. Wait, so what did she say in response to that, though?
Well, no, she was just like, yeah, thanks.
Yes,
I didn't really say that much. Like, she's just kind of like, thank.
What do you say to that?
Yeah, right. Like, thank you for bringing up the most uncomfortable moment of the past year of my life.
Then she was like, "Well, I guess I'm just a hero."
Imagine she's like,
key to
imagine she's like, you're lucky. Imagine she's like, you're lucky.
That's what I meant to say.
Wait, what did you say?
I was like, here's the key to
my apartment,
PC Town, but I said CP Town.
CP Town. Here's the key to CP Town.
Oh, you guys should not get me fucked up for this show.
No, but I mean, it's kind of like
PC.
It's like she's just like, well, you're lucky that I even let an underling speak to me, so thank you. But it's like, Jesus, bitch, like,
yeah, what?
I know you told off a rapist, but you're not. God.
Well, she was on she made a huge. I mean, the thing about it is, and she was on MSNBC the next day, like, yeah, you gotta speak truth to power. I'm like, you're really milking this whole thing.
Was she also one of the chicks that Louis C.K. tried to jerk off in front of? Because if so...
No, I don't think so.
Nah, this girl was like...
that'd be sick.
No, she was just... she just happened to be...
this girl's very, much younger. Like, she's
she's around our
nobody
age.
knows...
She's like 25 to 30.
If anything, it'd be one of us that would try to jerk off in front of her. Somebody our own age.
Is she taking, applications?
What do you mean, try?
Fill out an application?
Try not.
Yeah, can we...
Just like...
Try not. Do or do not, Jack. There is no try.
I'm
not going to jerk off in front of anybody. I'm kidding.
Why not?
Only if I am. Do you want me to jerk off in front of you?
I thought we were talking about this chick.
Because I could spend the rest of the episode jerking off in front of you guys if you want.
I feel like you got to save that for when you have a video element to this.
I mean, I don't know. I like shrouding it in the mystery.
Anyway.
You get to paint the picture with your eyes.
You have to have an accompanying Instagram live, at least.
video though. Like, I don't know. I like radio style podcasts. Like,
it'd be funny if
what does people need to see? Like Jack lifting up the side of his shirt, just like rub. He's
like sensually showing us his
yeah. Look at him scratching his fucking pale ass side.
I will not become erect. I will not become erect. I will not become erect.
Yeah, that's what the people want to see. This is why we need to record this. We need to record Jack lifting up his blue flannel to show his fucking. Oh, his quite frankly a forest of stomach hair.
Is this the gayest the show has ever gotten?
No, almost.
I wish it was.
If not, then what was
Close.
the gayest the show has ever gotten?
See, this is well.
There was the one time we 60, 90.
Yeah, there was the one time we saw.
That wasn't that gay though. Some people say that's gay. I don't think that's gay.
I mean, it's not that gay. Like 69ing is
just
probably
bros helping out bros.
Honestly, like you know, both of your dicks are in each other's mouth.
Anyway,
it's not like it's in each other's asses.
I want to get back to talking about this girl who fucked Harvey Weinstein, or what?
She did not fuck Harvey Weinstein. Chad.
Chick that Louis C.K.
She told him off. Oh, honestly, I wish Manny never saw her because then I would have never brought this up.
What did? It would be funny if afterwards Manny's like, "So you want to come out sometime?" Like,
yeah, he's like, "So, why don't I get your number? I produce shows for Slam Comedy. This is my co-producer." And I'm like, "Manny,
do you want to ride this bull that my uncle brought? Like,
you want to ride my cousin's mechanical bull?"
Be like the typical
we need to
nice
have
guy.
Manny on soon. Like we need. I don't know how we still haven't been able to have him on.
We had him on that one time.
Well, we did, but we lost the episode.
The lost pilot.
No, but it's not even like
a pilot.
We didn't lose it. Here's what happened. Manny insisted that we recorded on his girlfriend's laptop because she has some superior audio recording thing to Audacity, right? So I was like, whatever, as long as I get the episode.
That's the most Manny thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, literally, I was like, whatever, as long as I get the episode, it's fine. Then, like, you know, we recorded the episode, and it was actually really fun.
Yeah.
But then, like, some time passes, like a week, and I, like, message him and his girl on, and it was an awesome episode, like I said. But I messaged them, I'm like, hey, do you think you could send that to me in, like, an email, like, to a Google Drive link? I want to upload it. Like, it's, you know, it's been, like, a week. And then, like, you know, his girlfriend, Anna, you know, she's like, yeah, it's like, I think it's somewhere in my files. I have to find it. I did delete a lot of stuff from my computer, but I should have it. I was like, no worries, take your time. And then, like, another week passes, and another week passes, and finally I messaged Manny one more time, like, yo, like, is there any chance, like, you guys, like, have that? And he's like, honestly, man, like, I don't think so. And I was like, all right, fine. Like, so we're going to have to just have him again. You know, that's all there is to it. We're going to have him again. And quite frankly, I'd rather have him without a woman. No, I'm kidding. No, she was great. Anna was awesome to have, too. But there'll be a time.
There'll be a time and a place.
Yeah, time and a place and a thing.
We do the thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, that sounds painful, though.
What?
I'm just like, as a podcast maker, I'm like,
oh yeah, just like knowing that you're not gonna get the episode. It did suck because I was like, fuck, like a
good one.
I was like, yeah, it was a good one, and it's
wasted,
like
it's all.
You
all
think
like,
of the time, you know, the time.
Well, it's also like, especially if you have a great riff, you can never repeat magic. You know, if you capture lightning in a bottle, you can't have two lightnings.
Yeah,
because then
because that's not lightning.
Plus, you got to think about the moment in time in which, like, Trump had. It was still Trump's America at this time that we did this episode. So different things were in place. Like, there was different stuff to talk about. Like, you'll never capture that conversation again. Like, whatever it was. Like,
it's a different era.
Yeah, there's also the lost episode that we recorded when you were high as fuck.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah, when are we going to find that episode?
We're making it.
Yeah, we're making it now. This is it, yeah.
We're all pretty stony baloney right now.
I'm stoned.
I just feel like I've come back to reality, and we should delete this. I've said a lot of terrible things.
Brandon just wants you to know Brandon, that he absolutely loves his fiancé.
You need to step out of the PG Jimmy Kimmel territory that you've landed yourself in.
Yeah, like every time I hear, like
dive into some hardcore,
fucking
vulgar, you know.
Think about it, like that
hang
little
with the bad boys.
Like yes, you know, you have guilty pleasures, and that little like you know that like trumpet intro. It makes for a very like nice, kind of like cushiony bed and breakfast vibe. But it's time to get in the trenches, bro. It's time to get hardcore. This is fucking podcast orange. Let it out. How do you feel?
Podcast as like having anal sex with a stripper while riding a dragon and also firing a machine gun into the air. That's what I think of when I think of this podcast.
So Jack thinks of his own sexual fantasies. What do you think of, Brandon? You know what? Just fuck it. What do you think? Just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm giving you 5 minutes all to yourself. The next 5 minutes of airtime are Brandon LaCarrubba. What does he think? Go.
I've just been taking like really frequent shits lately, and I'm not sure if it means that I'm dying.
What are the shits like?
This is supposed to be 5 minutes.
Or if I've just reached like a new stage in my life where I can't handle hot sauce anymore, and I hope it's not the case. And it's maybe just a bunch of coincidences of bad food.
What color is it?
It's, mostly normal. Sometimes like with a little bit of a green flavor on it, but it's mostly normal. But it's a lot of diarrhea, and it's a lot of it's a lot of halal food and Mexican food. And I'm like, maybe I am becoming a white man. Maybe the Italians, maybe we've finally been gentrified to not be able to handle the spicy meatball. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it's a coincidence and people putting fucking soap in their food, because that's the main thing that causes that shit.
Sometimes your stomach can't handle like certain foods. Like I can't handle Indian food. I always get diarrhea whenever I eat Indian food, and it's just like something about the way it's prepared. I don't know. Some people like.
This was supposed to be 5 minutes of Brandon LaCarrubba.
Yeah.
All right.
You son of a bitch.
You
know what, Jack? You know what? I'll bring you to my favorite Indian place.
I think one is enough.
I have 3 more minutes left. Yeah,
I'm just bargaining.
Just if you're listening and you're an hour into the show and you're a really true fan, just jump ship over to my show. It's a real podcast. You can get it on podcast services.
Fuck your real podcast bullshit.
You know what? No. Fuck. It's not. No, Brandon's show is good, but fuck Buzzsprout. I'm just gonna use Anchor. I want the freedom. I want it to be free.
You don't want it to be free. Money. You don't want it to be free.
I don't want to spend money.
You will very quickly make that money back by just producing the show consistently and getting someone to sponsor it.
But
who would we get to sponsor?
Yeah, who's going to sponsor this? fucking Malcolm McDowell.
A dispensary once they're legal.
Maybe a company that makes those like machines that electrocutes death row inmates.
Yeah, right. Or like a company that like manufactures anal plugs.
They're always in business.
Honestly, let's see if there's
also a lucrative business.
I would totally do ad reads for like sexual products, like.
Yeah, for like.
I would totally love to get sponsorship from like vibrators and shit.
But like only like small businesses. Like come to Jim's Dildos.
Yeah, Therapeutics, the superior CBD products. Brought to you by Guilty Pleasure Productions.
For Brandon plugging his own podcast.
No,
I mean his own podcast's plugs. Rather.
Yeah, I'll just be like upfront about it. I did 2 ad reads for them, and I got a whole bunch of free CBD stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah,
and that's worth $10 a month, dude.
Too bad it's not.
You guys
real
make
weed.
so much money.
Yeah.
I mean that's nice, but it's also just like
we also don't have to talk about it. I just told you I'm going to bully you about it.
No, I understand and I appreciate it. I will give you the pushback on Buzzsprout. It's not the need to get on Spotify I'm debating with. It's the need to pay money. I still don't see why I have to pay money.
Because you believe in the show and you want it to make you money, and then.
Well, we don't need the top tier audio quality. I just need people to hear what we're saying.
But if they're not banking all of the episodes and people can't go back and listen to old episodes, or they have to go on YouTube to listen to old episodes, that's also fine.
They'll be on Spotify.
Yeah, people are always on YouTube.
That's part of the free Anchor. From what I understand, is not all the episodes stay up forever. It's only the most recent 5 or amount of time, or 5 hours or something. But any of them,
really,
dude, because you still have to store the podcast somewhere so people can download it. So that's why people pay for a service, because instead of having your own server bank to keep the audio files that's always on and connected to the internet, you're paying somebody else to do that shit. So that's why it's worth the money, because it's just
well, how much is Buzz?
They have different tiers depending on this is not a commercial for Buzzsprout. Fuck Buzzsprout, I guess.
Buzzsprout, start your podcast today.
I don't know. I've had a good time with them. I like their interface. I feel like I'm not getting ripped off.
I think that we should. I don't know. Fuck it, man.
Brilliant. That was brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for that insight, Jack. I wasn't sure how I felt about this whole situation. Now I'm pretty sure I get it.
You look like Silent Bob at the end of a Kevin Smith movie, about to say the really profound thing, and he's just like, I'm just gonna be silent again.
Yeah, he's just like,
I'm not. No, I want to make money, but like I don't want to have to pay a sponsor, and also I don't.
Well, we're not. The sponsor would pay us. Well,
I don't want to have to be slaves to the man. You know what I mean? If we got a sponsor, we're gonna have to like kiss its ass. It's gonna be like in Wayne's World when they have when Noah Vander Roth or whatever the fuck the guy's name is ends up like taking over and they all have to like do commercials and they can't say this or that or.
Dude, that's bullshit. No way. The CBD company's never gonna be like, you're not talking about CBD correctly. It's like, I like CBD. If I didn't like it, I'd just say no to the sponsor. You just take the ones you like.
I mean, I guess a CBD company's not a bad sponsor to ask for, knowing your audience, like, I guess.
Dude, and I genuinely, I'm not fronting that I liked the goodie bag of stuff. Dude, I take one of those, it's a gummy that has 50 milligrams of CBD and, like, I forget how many of melatonin, and you could Cosby somebody with that shit.
Damn.
Like, I take that the nights that I'm like, I'm not going to fall asleep tonight. And I'm out in like 30 minutes.
True.
Like, it's nice.
I like how you just specifically, you're like, you could Cosby somebody with that. Trust me.
That's how powerful. I think Cosby is just an order of magnitude of how good it is making you fall asleep. That's what it is.
It's so good that I could fuck you and you wouldn't.
So good that I could violate your body.
So good that I could take your innocence away.
Well, now you guys get really dark with it, and I'm not comfortable.
Now I don't want to keep advertising my sponsor.
Well, that's what you said. You said you could Cosby somebody, and I mean that's pretty much what it is.
No, you guys are taking this too far, man.
You're taking advantage of somebody's soul.
This is what's nice about having no sponsors, is that we can just say anything.
You're violating someone's sense of trust and betraying them and harming their body in irreparable ways and scarring them emotionally for life.
Let's not sit here on a fucking like pedestal here.
I love rape. I just want to talk about all the great things.
You know what? Like, you could almost end it on that, but
it's such an honor to be on the third lost episode.
The third podcast. Yeah, right. No, this one will see the light of day. I promise you. All 5 of our viewers will hear this.
Can you call the episode I Love Rape?
I don't think so. I'll call it Happy Valentine's Day.
And maybe in parentheses.
You could call it that on podcast service, but on YouTube they might flag you.
They would definitely call it I Love. They would.
I don't know that Spotify. They're little bitches over at Spotify though. With their podcasts, they're always
Spotify. They're all just like
they're all pissed off at Joe Rogan.
I love that apparently like so much of the company is like allegedly trying to like overthrow the partnership with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
like it's this whole coup in the company.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it like months ago when it was at first becoming a story. Like
it's all like the 23-year-old.
It's just funny, yeah. It's like literally, it's just like you're 25 and you're lucky to even be working where you're working, and you're complaining because you don't like Rogan.
It's probably like one of their parents knew somebody that worked at the company, and they're like, "Hey, can you get my son a job, like interning?" And then they work. You know what I mean? Like most people that work at big ass companies like that usually have some sort of connection or their luck where they're just rich or, you know.
Could you imagine, like, being 20-something, making 6 figures, and committing career suicide because you not like Meathead? Like, that's just so dumb.
Because you don't like,
Because you don't like Rogan. I don't dislike Rogan at all. I'm just
it's just like,
but that's what their thought process is. Like, I don't like him.
I don't like Muscle Man.
Even if you don't find him funny. Like, I get it, like, if you don't find him funny or interesting, like, whatever. I understand, like, people are like, I actively dislike him. Like, I think he's a piece.
Well, anybody who thinks he needs to be canceled or that he's racist or anything, it's like, you're fucking stupid. Like, Joe Rogan is totally liberal. Like, if you deep down, like, he probably leans conservative on some things, but like, he's pretty liberal when it comes to like acceptance. Like, he really doesn't say anything that bad. I don't understand how the outrage mob comes after him.
Imagine it came at him and like all the comics from the Death Squad, like Theo Von and Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura. They all dress up as the Klan and like burn crosses on people's.
Yeah, right. Like, that's what they do for fun on the weekdays. They're literal Klan members and nobody knows. Like,
find the same thing about.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with Tom Segura.
And then they find the same thing about like Pete Davidson and Bill Burr. They're all like just. Every comedian is actually a Klans member. Like,
yeah, it turns out that the entire comedy scene of the United States of America is
once you get to a certain level,
it's completely and totally synonymous with the Klan.
The first time you get paid, they're like, "Are you in?"
Yeah, right. First time you get quote unquote passed at a club, that's really just getting your first Klan hood. They just give it to you after a set that you kill at. They're like, "Yo, great job."
What does that say about black comedians though?
Well,
sellouts.
No, the black.
Yeah, are they sellouts or do they not know?
They sell out.
They're traitor to their own kind. They're part of it. Yeah.
I think you're probably right. I think they probably just like, yeah, fuck
Dave
it. I always wanted to be a comedian, so.
Dave Chappelle's whole Clayton Bigums thing was based on real life.
I mean, don't you remember that Chris Rock joke? Sieg Heil, I hate black people. I remember it fondly.
What a great episode to isolate audio clips to.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something funny about it? What's interesting about me right now? Notice something different about me, about the way I'm dressed.
You're all blue. You're like a big blueberry.
Yeah, you're a big blue queer.
Nope.
I don't know, man. You have new socks?
Nope. Come on.
What do you mean, come on? Your jeans are way too short?
Nope. Yeah, you have an awkward sock to jean length.
Yeah.
Nope.
Where's the flood, yo?
Nope.
You were showing us your belly earlier?
I have on the wrong shoes.
Holy shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
I have the wrong shoes.
Look at his fucking feet.
What do you mean the wrong shoes?
Dude, look at this.
Yeah.
Left and a right shoe. And
wait. You have them on back? Wait.
No,
does
that hurt?
Oh, you have your right shoe on your left foot and your left shoe on your right
Got
foot.
you there. Oh.
Wait, when did you do that? Has that been...
It's like no, I just did that like a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you left the house like that, I'd be seriously worried about you. I genuinely thought you left the house like that.
That'd be weird.
Like you just not. I honestly.
I just noticed.
Honestly, I don't believe you.
What have you done, Tom? You can't.
I didn't see you moving your feet. You definitely left the house like that. You're like, yeah, let me act like I just did that now. Yeah, they'll totally think that I just did that as a bit.
If you leave them like that for too long, eventually your foot will grow to the inside of the shoe and become wrong.
You'll become like have opposite feet.
You'll be like Amanda Bynes' dad. You'll keep falling over.
I also heard that if you stretch your mouth out like this, it'll stay like that after an hour.
Well, if you stick a cock in your mouth, it makes you gay, too.
Well, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Depends for how long. There's like a 3-minute, like,
3 minutes? 3 minutes?
Yeah.
You're telling me that I could have a penis in my mouth for 179 seconds and that's, and
2
that's
minutes,
not gay?
58 seconds.
And that's not gay.
Or 59 seconds even, but then right away.
I think it's more 30 seconds and then you're gay after that.
No, I think it's 3 minutes.
All right.
Why 3 minutes?
Do you guys want to give me a pee break, or do you want to end the episode?
You have to pee?
Yeah, I gotta pee so bad.
Oh man.
What are we up to right now?
Well, we're up to an hour. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say?
Only up to an hour, right?
Yeah, I think I'm having a good time. I'm not trying to end the episode.
Hey, go pee.
I'm gonna go pee.
Go pee, motherfucker.
Alright.
Brandon is going to pee.
Jack, just open your mouth.
Your
mouth's hurting me.
Oh, jeez, he just got static shocked from the wall. That's what you know.
What a bossy. Remember when we used to call each other bossies? Fucking high school and middle school? Did you guys not do that?
No.
That wasn't a thing?
Bosies?
Well, I thought that was a thing in like all high school.
What the fuck is Bosies?
That was like it was a school, like a trade school near us where all the high schoolers would go. You know, like it was like the alternative school where kids like make cars and shit and like do all this like hand stuff.
I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
You guys didn't have like a version of that at your school where like kids instead of like having normal classes they would go to like a trade school.
Oh, Wilson Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Wilson Tech Bosies.
What is Bosies though?
That was like the name of the school. It was a Bosies school.
No, we just called it Wilson Tech, and anytime anybody said
people
would say I'm going to Tech.
It was the one in like fucking Little Plains Road.
I did not. I don't know about this. I was not retarded, so I just did regular high school.
Yeah, we called it BOCES, and like for some reason everybody, if you acted retarded, people were like, you're a BOCE.
Well, yeah, because you're judging them. But like, I would just be more like, what are you, a sped?
Oh, sped was your word?
Yeah, sped was the word. But
when
sped,
you look back on it,
sped means special ed, as you know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sped has nothing to do with Wilson Tech.
When you look back on it, the people that went to like BOCES or Wilson Tech are probably doing really well because they got jobs.
Yeah, they got hands-on experience and shit.
They can be like carpenters and electricians, and they make like decent money.
Yeah, what the fuck can I do? Like, I can write a book. Maybe.
Those kids have like practical skills that'll take them far in life. Where a lot of the kids that just went to regular high school are just like have no idea what.
Well, yeah, they're just generally like, all right, I graduated college. Now what? When am I going to start partying more?
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about like, oh, like, did I develop any real world skills while I was doing this? Did I like fucking like?
That's why kids need to take a year off between graduation in high school and going to college. I really feel like
It might be right about it. I disagree. I don't know if you had to take a year off. I just think more pressure should be put on kids at a younger age to figure things out.
I think
I disagree with...
I think enough pressure.
I don't know. I disagree with the whole, because I never felt like that much pressure. Like, it was always like... People were always just like, you guys have all the time in the world to figure it out and you'll be fine. And I was always like, well, fucking, what am I supposed to do? Like, I wish they actually had, like structured education in high school that helped me figure shit out. Like, maybe choosing a major in high school might have helped. Like, that might have helped me figure out what I wanted to do. Like, instead I had to choose undecided when I went into college.
Well, they had those career aptitude tests. They were like you'd fill out all these questionnaires and be like, all right, well, here's your skills. Maybe you could fall into this whole thing.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like, do you think you would have had an easier time figuring your career out if you could have chosen a major in high school?
A major what?
I did.
Like a major.
It fucked me up.
Wait, you did that?
I committed to doing stuff with singing and go into that for college, and it was stupid, and I went to my dream school and it put me in debt, and it was a waste of
well, I feel like that was more the singing. No,
what are you talking about?
No, I'm sure you're a good singer, but I mean, that's like, my point is that's like a creative career, you know.
But still, I had the choice of figuring out what I wanted to do really early on, and I stuck with it, and it ended up not being the thing.
Oh, so I guess that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
I got to college and I was like, "Oh no!"
True.
Yeah. I just feel like people once you graduate high school, it's like, all right, you're 18. You should take a year to just sort of do something that you want to do, right? Like, where's a place that you've always wanted to go to? Because if I could do it all over, what I would have done when I graduated high school is spend a year in LA. Just go to LA and just figure out the movie business, or go into something.
Join the homeless.
That's right. Yeah. What is that? You just figure out the movie business. You're gonna spend a year in LA waiting tables.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Or but it would be real experience.
You're just waiting to hi, how are you? And then you go to the bathroom and you're the urinal I'm figuring out the movie business while I'm here. Doing blow off the fucking toilet rack.
But it's just getting real world experience.
Well, no, I agree.
I think people should do that because most kids that go to college, or not most kids, but a lot of kids just fail out there or drop out after their first or second semester, especially when they go to those big party schools, because a lot of kids, they're sheltered their whole life. They go to a college and they're like, all right, you're literally free to do whatever you want. You can do you don't have to be at home at a specific time. You don't have to do fucking this or that. It's all you have complete.
Well, you
have freedom, and so a lot of kids are like,
fuck it's like fake adulthood where you don't have to pay that much money,
right? And you have dining hall food though, so you get fed. But
you
it's
get
pretty
fed,
much
you get a sleep.
Bro, dining hall food made me depressed though after months.
I lived on the dining hall.
I didn't mind dining hall food, especially when you get really baked.
I've had a crappy one too, and I still lived off it. I don't know. It was fine.
I didn't mind.
My first college, their food distributor is the worst one in America, and they service mostly prisons. And this private school I went to bought from them, and it was just such garbage. It was annoying. I'm the son of a chef, goddammit.
True, yeah. That's what sucks when you come from a house where like, because I had the same thing where like my mom always really knew how to cook good food. And then you just like you're just like settling for dining hall dinners every night. It's just like, all right, I guess I'm just not really going to enjoy eating that much.
Oh yeah, you crave a home cooked meal after a few months.
And then you start like thinking like, all right, I can use my extra money to like eat out, and then you waste all your extra money eating out, drinking, and buying weed, and you're like, all right, I have no money.
But when you eat out, like I would get really high and order like takeout at like 12 at night or like 1 in the morning.
I would get Wingstop at like the same time. Like I would get stoned and then I would just walk down. There was a Wingstop 5 seconds from my apartment. I would just walk there and get like wings and just pig out. It was baked. Oh, it was the best.
But that, hey, at the end of the day, that's protein.
Yeah, literally, that's protein, and it's also a lot of sugar.
I was doing fucking DP dough and insomnia cookies and...
What's a DP
dough?
Oh,
insomnia cookies?
Dude,
we
DP
had something
dough.
like that.
What is that?
They're a calzone place that's all over. They have one in Stony Brook because Stony Brook University. And they're just open late, and they make... they just make garbage calzones. Like, they just put a Subway, like, buffet tray, like, that they make their fucking sandwiches out of. And then they're like, we'll put that in a fucking calzone. What do you want? And it's like 3 a.m. and you're like, I guess I'll get like a turkey and avocado and like, I don't know, salsa. And they're like, we don't care. And then they make it and then it tastes like shit.
Yeah. I was just, it's just like a fast food, but calzone kind of.
I guess. But they try to make it like separated from fast food somehow. There's like no drive-in. You gotta like walk in.
Right. Higher quality. We had this calzone place. And it's called Zonies, and we had this calzone that we would get all the time, called the Tomcat. And what it was CBR, which is chicken bacon ranch dressing, but also in it was 2 types of cheeses. It was mozzarella and
Jesus Christ,
cheddar cheese.
Jesus
plus
Christ.
This sounds
French, plus French fries. And, what the fuck?
It sounds like it caused Lizzo to be, like, the size that she is. Like,
yeah, well, it was, okay, so it was french fries and, like, something else. And, yeah, after you get really stoned and then you eat it and then you feel like you want to kill yourself because it would just feel like, it's that feeling, it's not even you ever eat something that's so, like, gluttonous that you feel like you just did something.
You guys ever heard of CC's Pizza?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I've been there.
It's like a southern place, kind of, and, like, I remember going there. It's like a pizza. Imagine Domino's with a buffet.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's like Domino's-style pizza, buffet served, and you just keep fucking eating. And they have, like, cheese bread, they have, like, cinnamon rolls, they have, like, all the heart attack shit, just literally right there. And it's the same thing. You just go there after, like, taking 9 gravity bong hits in a row, and you just walk in with your friends baked and, like, spend an hour just, like, clogging your arteries, and then you just feel like you want to die when you're done.
Well, you always feel, whenever I eat something, sometimes you eat something so gluttonous that you feel bad afterwards. You feel like you just did something morally wrong. Like, you're like, ugh, and you feel kind of dirty.
Last night, I ate a half of a whole baguette with just, like, I don't know, just a ton of butter. That was awful.
Oh God!
Serena was just like, because it was like 1 a.m. She's like, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, and she like baked a baguette of bread from Trader Joe's, and I was like, I don't have self-control. We doing this? She was like, yeah, and then we just fucking ate a ton of bread. And then I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah, dude.
And I just ended up like blacking out from gluten.
I fucking love bread, but it can get to you sometimes.
When I'm at a restaurant, I just go fucking apeshit on the bread that they give. At like the.
You guys gotta have Brendan Ryan over, but tell him that he has to bring a loaf of his delicious sourdough bread to be a guest.
He makes bread.
His topic on GPP was sourdough bread.
Yeah, that's fine. I remember you showing me that
guilty
picture.
Pleasure, though. What's guilty about?
I don't know, Jack. Listen to the episode, fucker.
Yeah, maybe then.
Go listen to the real podcast.
I don't want to listen to it.
You can check me out on Spotify.
Pitchfork? What the fuck do you call it?
Pitchfork? Yeah, you can check him out on Pitchfork. Right next to a review of the Tool album from 2019.
What the fuck is Pitchfork?
Pitchfork is like a music review website.
No, what's the thing that you were talking about? The fucking website.
Anchor or Buzzsprout?
Yeah. Pitchfork.
He uses Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
Pitchfork.
Andrew Bergen is telling me Anchor's free, but you're telling me that your podcast doesn't stay up.
BuzzFeed.
That's bullshit. So.
Maybe
like Anchor has paid versions, and it's worth seeing if it's the right package for you.
You're right. All right, you know what? Fine. Next time you hear podcast... No, I shouldn't say that.
See, kids, bullying works. Go do it again.
Don't let Brandon bully.
See, Brandon says bullying works. I'm going to be like, next time we record this, we'll be on Spotify. Really, I'll just be dead hanging from the ceiling with a suicide note that says I couldn't figure out whether Anchor was better than Buzzsprout.
I was burdened by choice.
I was trying.
He didn't say so bullying works by a P.S. Bullying works.
P.S. Bullying works / Brandon LaCarrubba.
This is, by the way, Brand. What if somebody killed themselves, like somebody you barely knew? And then they said, like, this is your fault and their suicide.
Yeah, right? Like, what if somebody, like... Imagine if someone, like, famous, so you've never even met, like, when, like, they killed themselves. Like, imagine if when Robin Williams killed himself, he was just, like, in his suicide note, he was just like, by the way, this may sound shocking, but I completely blame Brandon LaCarrubba 100% for my death.
That'd be a deep fake. I'd play deep fake. I'd be like,
you'd be like, nah.
Robin Williams, I'm a fan. And
he's like, it's because he was a fan.
You look at this video of Obama, he's not saying that shit.
My comedy reaches out people like that. What's there to say about me?
He's crazy.
Robin.
Robin.
Williams.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Did Chris Farley kill himself, or did he OD?
No, he OD'd on, like, a speedball.
Which is kind of like accidentally killing yourself. So
yeah.
It's,
I mean, you're basically like
you are technically
you're killing yourself. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like if you were like walking with a knife really unsafely and then you tripped and fell on it. Yeah. It's like you didn't.
How many people are in jail for shit like that? How many people like actually didn't kill their wife and their wife is just a fucking klutz? I think about that all the time.
Yeah, right. It's like fuck, that dumb bitch fucking got me arrested.
My wife, she accidentally walked into the knife 5 times.
Yeah, my wife, she's really clumsy. She accidentally tied a rope to the ceiling and hung herself with it. It was an accident. She slipped. And she also accidentally tied her hands behind her own back.
Exactly that.
I love how we talk so much about murdering women on this show.
Yeah, can we talk about murdering men a little bit so that we can even it out, please?
We need to like, let's be inclusive. We can murder men.
Yeah, what's a funny way to murder a man?
We could get their loved ones to watch.
Could you imagine if you just cut a guy's dick off and
I was just thinking
let him bleed out? Like, you just let him bleed out.
That's definitely, there have been many men killed that way. Because I don't know that for a fact, but it has to be true.
But people get castrated, though, so how...
Well, no, you getting castrated is different. Like, that's the removal of your nuts.
I love how we're talking about this, and Jack is just subtly, like, has a hand over his
mouth. Jack's like just guarding.
Like, one of the Jackass guys asleep on the van, you're just like, no, I gotta protect this shit.
You literally have to sleep with your nuts cupped, like
with a fucking cup, you know.
God.
Remember, like in high school.
Go look at my cage, guys.
In high school, there was that like guys would just like hit each other on the balls.
Yeah, you remember getting like people would be like, it's like I remember in my high school. I don't know if you guys ever did this. If you said that you're gonna do something, like let's say you're gonna do something amazing that like you may not be able to really do, like man, I'm gonna be like the best football player on the team this year, and then someone would be like bitch card, like if you know, can you do it? And then it's like if you can't, if you're not really the best football player on the team, you get sack tapped. Or if you say, like, man, like, I'm just going to ask that girl out right now. It's like, bitch card, go do it. Bitch card, you won't.
I remember.
And then if you do it...
Oh, then you get sacked.
But if you do it, then you go to actually do it and nothing happens to you. But if you don't do it, you get sack tapped.
So it's all risk, no reward.
It's all risk, no reward, exactly. Well, the reward is, like, if it's something good, if if the thing you said is something good, like I want to ask out this girl, and your friends bitch card you, and then you go do it, and it works, then there's a reward. Otherwise,
you get rejected.
Otherwise, you can get rejected.
The reward is somebody doesn't hit you in the balls.
The reward is. I think even if you get rejected, you wouldn't get hit in the nuts.
Oh,
that'd be really cruel if they still hit you in the nuts.
That'd be literally adding injury to insult there.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
That sounds like high school boys though. So.
No, it does. Yeah, sack tapping. No, people forget that like. The most homophobic generation in America was touching each other's nuts for a gag.
Constantly coming up with excuses to touch each other's balls.
Yeah.
So I remember one time when I was playing Little League in 6th grade, there was this annoying kid named Travis, and I was playing center field, and he was playing left field, and this guy hit the ball out to him, and he just stood there like an idiot, and the ball just came and just fucking hit him like right on the dick. But he was wearing a cup, but it just he just went to the ground.
I was hoping this ended in tragedy.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, he was wearing a cup? Fuck.
Damn it.
I was hoping that he was permanently injured.
And fucking balls are on the ground just like...
Oh, God, imagine your nuts fell off.
Oh, yeah.
It makes running a little bit easier.
Yeah, right? You don't have to worry about, like, you ever try to do leg lifts, and you're like, I can't fit my nuts between my legs.
Or, like, when you get your balls, like, between your underwear and your pants. And
yeah, that's the worst. That's why,
you have to, like, adjust your fucking...
That's why I wear, like, boxer briefs.
Or like when you stretch your scrotum and it looks like a bat wing.
Yeah. Or you just
what are you talking about? My bad.
You put it over your dick and you make it, it's like, it's like I have a giant, like, single testicle down here.
It's funny how, like, I remember we were talking about this on, like, an episode of the past. Were you ever part of that, like, when you and your friends were fucking around, you just, like, expose yourself to them every now and again as a kid?
I wasn't part of that, but there were definitely people in my friend group who did do that, and I hated them for it. Like, there was this one kid named there was this one kid named Steve who used to do that. I remember one time, like, we were in, like, the parking lot of this shopping center, and he, like, just whipped his dick out and started chasing us around with it. He, like, chased my friend, like, Matt, like, literally, like, for, like, 5 straight minutes around with his dick out. And,
you know what's funny is that guy...
Did somebody finish him off, or what?
I don't know, man. Like, I just remember at the time I was so torn. I was so torn between thinking it was the funniest thing I've ever seen and thinking it was the gayest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it's like, it was funny that guy Matt could eventually go out and be like, this guy once chased me around with his dick out of his pants.
He exposed himself. I did not consent.
But it's like he doesn't
do it. That's tragic to at least
I didn't consent to seeing his naked body. And then he chased me, pursued me, in fact.
But he was like, it was just a joke. It was funny.
That's just, you ever been a kid? You just pull your dick out.
That'd be funny if a chick did that. She was chased around.
Chased you around with her pussy.
There was a girl that I used to know in college who would just
makes vacuum noises.
Yeah, right. Like,
I used to know this girl who would, like, flash guys at parties and stuff, or like if she had enough to drink, she'd just like take her tops off and
Yeah, that. But I was in 7th grade when this happened. I wasn't that old.
That didn't happen then.
Yeah,
nobody was taking their tops off then.
Unfortunately,
nobody was really having.
Unfortunately,
nobody was really having sex until like
Jared from Subway just pops in. Like, unfortunately, nobody was taking their tops off then.
And then you see the cops just like, "Hey, there he is! Let's get him!"
Yeah, they just tackled him on a coffee table. And
we got him. Fucking when did you guys everybody start having like sex in your school? Was it like when you were in high?
Well, I mean, it really depends. Do you mean rumors or do you mean like reality?
Reality.
Probably around like 10th to 11th grade, people started getting laid.
Yeah.
And then like rumors started as early as 7th grade.
That's
like,
what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
there's a few I know that definitely happened in 7th and 8th grade.
But that's the thing.
By and large, it was
there's
like
a few
9,
people who swear like 7th and 8th grade, but I don't know if it's true. But I can definitely confirm that people were getting laid because people got real girlfriends by the time you were in 10th and 11th grade. You were getting like, like an actual girlfriend who you would have sex with or something, not just like Like in middle school, your girlfriend just held hands with you, you know?
Well, held hands, and like middle school, like there was a lot of ass eating, but not real like fucking until like
middle school. When you go to
middle school, I felt like
your
it was
parents
fingering
would have to drive you to a fucking movie or whatever.
In middle school, it was like, oh, I fingered her. Like, did you hear like Johnny fingered so and so or something?
I remember that exact conversation of playing like Call of Duty World at War, just being like, he fingered her.
Oh my god! Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, also it's like. Yeah, and like when you're in middle school and you go on a date or even just early high school, it sucks because like if you go to any place, your parents would have to drive you there. So it's like it ruins the whole.
Yeah, right. One of the cool kids, and you got a scooter or something.
What kind of school? You mean like a motor?
Yeah, like what high school did you go to where kids had mopeds? Like,
Brandon went to school in Italy, apparently.
Yeah, and it turns out Brandon's high school Brandon's high school was in Bermuda, and it was funny.
Oh yes, we all made love on our siestas from high school.
You guys didn't go to high school on a beach with
Wait, seriously though, if we all had siestas. Like, and we're able just to leave high school, like, a lot more fucking would have happened.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta believe that.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. If you can just, like, drive away, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of the problem, is, like, your only transportation is a big yellow bus and then
or the
mom
friends
and dad.
who have cars. Like, I remember in high school, you'd have to hang out with kids you didn't like just because they had a car. And just, because it's like... You couldn't go anywhere.
I don't even remember that. I just remember, like, it was always, like, you had a clique, right? And one person in your clique was, like, the car guy.
Right.
Because somebody was always the first person to get a car. And then, or was just, like, older by, like, half a year, like, or something. Like, like, if I was born in 96. But there was always, like, one or two people who were, like, 95 babies who missed the cutoff and, like, they got cars earlier. So it was like, yo, can you drive me? Can you pick me up? Like, I remember that. Like,
right.
But I remember, like, just the fun, like, even when you did have car, it was always like, oh, I have to take my mom and dad's car. I don't have a car that I have total freedom to use yet. Like, I still have limits with it. Like I have to be back home by 10 with it or something. Yeah. Like,
I didn't have a car.
I think what I'm trying to say is high school sucked.
High school did suck. I didn't get my license until I was after my first year in college.
Whoa.
Really? How old were you, 20?
No, I was 18.
Okay.
I mean,
so wait, you got your license before you first jerked off?
Were you like held back in driver's ed or something?
No, I did driver's ed.
He didn't even jerk off till he was 19, right?
No.
We're not fucking... Yes,
no, we are talking about this. Please explain to Brandon why you didn't jerk off.
Oh my god.
No, we're not talking about this.
I know. No, you know what? I realize now you never actually gave me a solid reason. I want to know why.
We're not talking about this.
I want to talk about this. This is the only thing I want to talk about.
Why? Why would you wait so long?
We've talked about this like 100 times.
Holy shit, this
like
second.
I remember having competitions sophomore year with friends to see who could go without jerking off the longest.
How did you know you're being honest with each other?
Yeah, right? Like, how do you keep track?
Because, like, we had no reason to lie, and we all thought it would be interesting to keep track. It was a school trip.
What do you mean you have no reason to lie? You're keeping each other from jerking off. You have every reason to lie.
No, do you understand the context? This was the Auschwitz trip.
Oh.
What? This was the trip where we went to like 3 Middle European countries, including Poland, and we were just like, doesn't feel like a jerking off kind of weekend.
You went to Poland in high school?
What?
You went to like Poland?
Well, yeah, I could have done it too. I chose not. But if you took
Perks
the language,
being a choir boy, dude.
That's why you went?
In the choir. Yeah, they went to Italy.
We sang Jewish songs at Auschwitz.
Oh,
my high school's choir went to Italy.
My high school, the choir didn't.
Oh, they went to Italy like the year before I got there.
We only went.
They rotate.
Only the language students went overseas.
I'd rather go to Italy than Poland, honestly.
I'd rather go to Italy than
Poland. Like, I'm not going to disagree with you. We literally went to Auschwitz. I'm not I was never like, yay, let's go to Auschwitz.
Yeah, right? Like, you're just standing in a gas
It was
station.
on the
docket.
Why
does anybody go to Auschwitz? My parents went to Auschwitz on vacation. They're like, yeah, we went to Auschwitz. I'm like, it sounds fun. Like, why the fuck?
Yeah, right. Like, you take a picture in a gas chamber, just like, me and my babe on vacation.
This is where a genocide happened.
Yeah, this is where, like, somebody suffered and died. Like,
it's only good for mining stand-up.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, right. See, but when you say that, it almost sounds like psychopathic. It's like, see, I went to Auschwitz, and it was obviously horrible and disturbing, but the good thing was that I got a lot of good bits out of it. I got a lot of great jokes.
I got a solid 4 minutes
I got a type 5 from Auschwitz.
Ziggy's not coming back, right? They're no longer.
Well,
it's coming back is something
well,
else.
let's just, like, because this involves people we know. I don't really want to spread the...
that's where you draw the line about what we should talk about. Okay, so everything else...
Well, if you must know... All right. Basically,
I felt like I said what needs to be
the
said.
bar will still exist, but it's under different ownership now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like I won't say who owns it.
It's going to be a gay bar.
It's going to be a gay bar.
Some gay guy.
It's going to be a trans bar, specifically.
No, man.
I won't say who owns it.
That's just such a limit that they're going to make no money.
Yeah.
Aren't the gays just the worst?
That's the end of the episode.
Yeah, honestly, that should be it. That's that.
Even this stuff you're editing out.
Yeah.
That's...
No, we literally have to end the episode.
No, yeah, that means we're gonna shut off the recording. Jack's gonna be like, "Hey, do you mind actually cutting that part out?"
No, I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna edit that. We're gonna put that in there. We're gonna.
All this is void.
Yeah, that's all. That's just gonna end.
All right, well, if that's the case, then I guess this concludes this episode of a podcast orange. Happy Valentine's Day.
We don't honestly have to.
All right, well, does anybody else have anything else to say?
We could continue talking. I mean, it's up to you guys. What do you feel like?
I really have to pee as well.
All right, so why don't we end it up?
We're at 90, so
we could end it at the thing about the gays. I think that'd be funny.
Do we? Brandon, what do you have to say? You're our guest.
Like in general, or about...
Just a closing statement.
Okay. If you want to listen to a real podcast, check out Guilty Pleasure Personals.
Suck my dick.
Guilty Pleasure Personals
on this podcast.
Spotify.
You're never coming over
Apple Podcasts.
You're only your recurring guest, and
Player
you're gonna shit
FM,
on us.
Alexa, Amazon Podcasts.
Boo.
Not on YouTube. So I'm actually as bad as you guys.
Yeah.
I should have a YouTube.
Yeah, how about this? If you want to listen to a real podcast, go to Guilty Pleasures. If you want to listen to a funny podcast, come to Podcast Darn and hang out with us.
Facts, I'm fair.
Plus, we probably express more guilt here than could ever be expressed in your show.
There are things that we should be guilty about.
Yeah, there's things that we truly and honestly should be guilty about here that are not pleasurable.
And honestly, all I had to say is just the trans and the gays are just the absolute worst.
You're the absolute worst, Jack.
Oh wait, I gotta. Actually, I have an actual plug.
Plugs. No, but really listen to Guilty Pleasures podcast. It's a great show.
No, you can see me do stand up.
Oh yeah, February.
What day is that?
26th, Friday.
Thank you for knowing that. I can't find the flyer.
Yeah, February 26th.
Yep, 9:30.
Lithology.
Loudmouth. No.
Not Lithology?
I'm.
Oh, you're on.
Friday,
I thought you were doing Lithology.
I'm at a free show Friday, February 26th.
You're not on Lithology.
Nope, I was on the last one.
Oh.
I'm in Manhattan at a secret show. You have to DM somebody, including me, for the address. This is Loudmouth by our friend Gio Perez. Have you had him on yet?
Hey, Gio, no.
You guys gotta have him on. Have him on next. He's a fun guest.
We'll see. Next is Dom, but we'll definitely have Gio on.
I don't know who Gio is.
You don't know Gio Perez? He's a good come on. He's a good come on.
He's a good come on. He's a good come on.
He's a good come on.
I poured his beard down my pants.
Yeah, I watched you do it. It was pretty hot.
Jack, you're just degenerate right
now. Yeah, if you want to see me do stand-up for free and you're in
take
Manhattan,
back what I said about the gays.
Fuck you, this is my plugs!
Alright.
I'm kidding. But if you want to see me do stand-up, Friday, February 26th in Manhattan.
Who's on the show again?
Hosted by U.B. Thomas.
I don't know who that is.
Then Dean David, James Camacho, Jessica
that guy?
Levin.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know any of these names.
I'm sure Jessica Levin. I met Jessica. She's cool. She's funny.
Alright, nice.
I heard she sucks a meat
cock. Well, if you want to see me do stand-up on the 26th, I'll be doing Lithology Brewing Co.
Yeah, who's the host?
Long Island, produced by Danny Zags, good buddy, and John Sell, good buddy. Also,
I heard he's a
somehow featuring Gio Perez.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
What time is it at?
7.
That's doable for him.
All right, yeah. So featuring me, Danny Zags, our good buddy Dom LaMarca, who will be on this show next. Our good buddy Manny Cruz, who was on this show, but we lost the episode, so he'll be on the show. John Sal, Gio Perez, Nick Tillelli headlining, and I'm gay.
No women on that show, huh? A bunch of guys.
Oh no, yeah. Are there any women on your show?
Yeah, that one girl.
Okay,
you remembered her.
If you, that's true. If you want to see a woman,
if you want to see comedy for free in the city that never sleeps,
if you want to see a woman with a donkey do inappropriate things, come to Brandon's show.
Watch Clerks 2.
Kinky Kelly.
All right, one deterrent I'll mention about my. If you want to go to a free show, go to Brandon because my show is $10.
If you want to see Jack do stand up, go to his house and throw pebbles at his bedroom window. Like you're in an 80s movie.
Or like say anything and just like play.
Yeah, right. It's just Jack standing outside like playing music over a boom radio.
Play my own.
But yeah, 2 great shows coming up. One with Brandon in Manhattan. Go check that out. Go follow him and Gio Perez and all the comedians on that lineup. And then I'll be doing Lithology the same night. Follow Danny Zags, John Sell, Dom, Nick Tillelli, Manny Cruz, and Gio Perez. And Jack, are you doing anything?
What's so funny?
I'm going to school.
Catch me at the
I love how like Brandon's trying to roast me right now because this asshole's in grad school. What a fucking pussy! What an asshole right here. He's in school. What a fucking cunt this guy is.
Oh, he is.
Fuck him. He's in school.
Oh no, Jack. I'll go. Oh, yo, little development. I want to announce this because my friend just texted this to me.
Who's trans now?
Me. I am a woman. Everybody now. Bars in New York are officially open to 11 now. 11 o'clock. So.
Oh.
We can go past 10 p.m. again.
All right.
Yay.
Cuomo time is changing.
I kind of built that up a little too high.
That was a little anticlimactic.
I built that up really high, and it wasn't that high.
Yeah, it was not unreasonable of me to ask what I asked. Like that, if one of our friends gave us the big news that they're making the big switch.
Big switcheroo.
You'd build it up.
Like no, if it was a trans thing, I would really build it up.
Holy shit.
That was the flavor of which you delivered that, just so you know. You delivered it in a very transy way.
I can't imagine. See, I have nothing but respect for trans people in the community.
I don't think I don't.
But what?
But like, if imagine,
but what, Jack?
Imagine we go to
no buts.
Imagine we go to a mic one day and we just see Zach not even like just wearing a purple dress with earrings and be like, so I'm a girl now.
All right, he would be the funniest one.
Zach, yeah.
Zach would be the funniest
if
one.
Zach, I'll admit, if Zach Zorovich ever came out as transgender, I probably would literally roll on the floor laughing.
But if he just came in wearing a dress, with just the same.
I respect the identity of trans people, whoever you are, but there's some people I know who
are doing it for the bit.
Could you imagine if Steve just walked in dressed fully like Carrie Carabas one day?
You know what? I wouldn't fuck around with that. Because you know what? In the future, you might be getting canceled for saying some of this shit.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. Like, Zach, I'd never see it. Steve, I don't know, man. There's 10% there. It could happen.
You never know with somebody.
You know why? He showed us a picture of, a picture of him that went through, a womanification process. You know what I'm saying? Those apps that are flip a gender, with Snapchat or whatever. And his was I could see it.
Damn.
I mean, I'd fuck Steve.
did mine, and I did mine, and I just look like my sister. So.
That just makes sense.
That's easier for me because I'm I don't need to become trans to realize this. It just looks like it already exists.
Are you a hot woman, Tom?
I mean,
his sister's not bad looking.
Fuck you guys. Alright, thanks for listening to a podcast, alright, you fucking assholes. Alright. Anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah.
I think I'm good now. Yeah, he's good. Jack